And I just kind of wanted to give you a happy face. We shouldn't anthropomorphize animals, anthropomorphize, however the word is. Don't give them human emotions. That's just their face. Okay, you guys, we are here at the AZA conference in Baltimore, Maryland. I am excited to be here because this is my first AZA conference that I am attending in person. The last conference I was at was in Seattle, Washington. There were people who came to visit my zoo that I used to work at. Not my zoo, but it was a zoo I used to work at. Anyways, I'm actually here because I am presenting later on this week. But while we're here, I'm gonna be going to the Maryland Zoo, the National Aquarium, and the Smithsonian Zoo to do some filming. So come on this journey with me and let's go have some fun.
Welcome to the 2022 annual conference of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. There's a reason they call Baltimore Charm City, and I'm sure that you're going to see that all on full display this week.
Fantastic. SSPs continue to be reimagined. Animal welfare is being pushed to an absolute another level with animal well-being.
I have been around the zoo field for a very long time. I think in that picture there, I think that was when I was 12. I started at 11 years old as a volunteer. I grew up with anger management issues and ADHD. So my mom tried to find an outlet for me because I was always really into animals. I loved animals. And I was actually kind of teased for it as a kid. And those kids that teased me for liking animals would end up, not violence, but end up with a fist in their face. Sorry, I didn't like being teased and bullied. I wasn't gonna take bullies. But that was kind of my, a little bit my downfall for a while. But my mom reached out to my local zoo, Woodland Park Zoo, and she asked if they would take on a little kid volunteer. Initially, they said, no, he's way too young. And I guess there was some more pushing. My mom is pretty persistent and effective. She has a tone that she can give to. But, no, she kept reaching out, and I guess people at the zoo, some of the keepers said, yes, let's give him a chance. And they met me, and they saw how happy I was to be there. And I guess they didn't expect me to come back the next day. They didn't know what would happen. But I just kept going back. And that was me in the family farm area working with goats and sheep and rabbits and things. So that's basically been my path. I've always loved animals, right? So I didn't know I wanted to become a zookeeper until age 11. And that was a fun time. And I just kept going back every summer. And I used to get suspended a lot as a kid. I used to get into a lot of fights, and I had a lot of issues. But literally after I joined, I'm getting a little emotional, sorry. After I joined as a volunteer, I stopped getting suspended. I stopped getting into fights. And animals kind of saved me. What I do with my platform, my whole goal and mission is to connect people with wildlife and nature, and get people used to what's happening all around us. Because this life has been here before us, and it'll continue to be here unless we destroy it. We gotta make sure we take care of it, right? So my videos, I try to expose people to what actually happens in the zoo world, behind the scenes, front of house, wherever, all the work that goes into them being able to connect with the animals. That's why I like to, highlight zookeepers in particular. As a zookeeper myself, people don't know what zookeepers go through. they don't know the compassion fatigue that they are feeling. You know, like imposter syndrome, all these different things that happen, they don't feel like they're good enough, and they don't feel like they mean much to some of their facilities. You know, I'm not gonna name any places, but I've talked to a lot of keepers, and keepers are burnt out. You know, they're tired, especially with COVID and everything, so they're just tired. So I like to, you know, give them highlights to make sure they know that, you know, they're important and they're special. The reason why I actually started videos, besides like to educate people about animals, is I was a little tired of having interactions with people in the zoo world, not necessarily zoo staff, but I've had people come up to me in the zoos that didn't know I worked with animals. They made assumptions. I've had people call me names and all these different kinds of things, negative stuff. And even one of my big experiences was a zoo volunteer. Basically, long story short, she just assumed that I was a grounds person, like a person that, you know, does garbage and, you know, stuff like that. Nothing against grounds people, they're awesome people. But in her eyes, she was demeaning my status at the zoo. And she was being obnoxious to one of our animals, so I had to check her. Anyways. And I just kind of wanted to give you a happy face. We shouldn't anthropomorphize animals, however the word is. You know, don't give them human emotions. That's just their face. And actually, I wanted to talk a little bit real quick. There was something I kept hearing, and it was kind of blowing my mind a little bit. Paige was talking about money. Is that something I should be asking for? Yeah? Okay. Everyone knows Fiona. Most people know the story about Fiona being born prematurely and raised by the keepers, right? There was a whole thing built around Fiona. Timothy, San Antonio Zoo. So everyone knows Fiona. Everyone knows Timothy for being the hippo that Fiona leaves on red. She doesn't respond to Timothy, ever. So I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. It was a joke. I'm not very difficult to talk to. You can DM me all the time. I won't ask you for money, I think. Also, while I'm doing that, I like to spend the whole day there, because even after the interviews are done, I like to go and get other little clips on my own of just me talking, you know, specifically vertical format videos, because those are what's popular right now. The short form videos are really popular right now because people have short attention spans. So, like the people that left here earlier. I'm very catty, I guess, you guys, just so you're aware. So I should give a little backstory to that video. As a zookeeper, I'm allergic to hay. Yeah, we exist, you guys. I feel like if you're a hoofstock keeper, it's almost like a prerequisite that you have a hay allergy. Where to next? So basically, I'm trying to figure out where I should go. If you want me at your zoo or aquarium, hit me up, DM me, throw me some money. Awesome, cool, you guys. Thank you. It's a joke. Okay, you guys, we're at the Penguin Coast exhibit right now at the Maryland Zoo. These guys have the largest African penguin colony in North America. They have 106 individuals. They have the second largest colony in the whole world. Just, you know, just hanging out, looking for bears, I guess. There are 2 bears over there. All right, I'm about to drive the buggy. I'm a little tall in here though. So this is what they call a tundra buggy, what they use to like go through like on the polar, you know, the icy areas to find polar bears. Like they have these really massive tires and the vehicle's really raised really high to make sure you're safe from polar bears. Because polar bears can stand at about 10 feet tall. They're really, really tall. So you want to make sure that you're not going to be, you know, checked out by a bear, because polar bears are one of the only bears that are actually interested in eating people. Ooh, let's go. All right, you guys, so that ends my trip to the AZA conference this year, 2022, in Baltimore, Maryland. National Aquarium, Maryland were both great hosts this year. I'm tired, I think, mentally and physically. It's a long time, you know, a lot of networking and meeting people. And if you're in this field or want to get in this field, I'd suggest you become an AZA member and come out and visit, you know, and do a conference. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time. So, all right, you guys, that's pretty much it for me. This is more of just a vlog, not really like a serious video. So you will see me in the next video. Take care.